right. That is a new graphic because we are starting something new here at Live 5 News. It's a series called What's Driving You Crazy. So I reached out to the South Carolina Department of Transportation, and within a day, those holes were filled. A viewer reached out to tell me his concerns about the intersection of Savannah Highway and Main Road. He said it's been a problem for years, and Charleston County officials agree. When traffic on Glen McConnell Parkway looks like this, you probably wish it was moving a little bit more like this. And the good news is relief is on the way. This is what the old plan looks like, but recently the project team decided to change the route by a couple of miles. Many of you have emailed me about roads you think need to be repaved, and this van is equipped with technology to help. You can tell me what's driving you crazy on low country roads by filling out our form. It's on live5news.com under the traffic tab.
After months of closures, work on the Wando Bridge is expected to wrap up shortly.
Our traffic reporter Abby O'Brien sat down with a bridge engineer to find out what work has been done and what's still left to do.
She has the latest in this week's What's Driving You Crazy.
Many of you remember when this happened back in 2018. A cable snapped inside the Wando Bridge, causing weeks of closures and massive traffic delays. Lately, many of our viewers have asked me about the status of this project, so I got answers from the DOT. It was one of the biggest stories in 2018.
There is no one east of the Cooper who is not going to be affected by this, no matter where you live.
Half of the Wando Bridge shut down after a routine inspection found a snapped cable. Weeks of lane closures and traffic nightmares followed. It's been nearly 2 years since the closures, so I talked with the South Carolina Department of Transportation bridge engineer Kevin Turner to ask about the status of the project.
We've accomplished a lot in our time out here. So since the unfortunate closure back in 2018, there was that immediate response to try to get the roadway back open and to institute those immediate repairs.
Since then, drivers have likely seen a barrier wall on the westbound side of the bridge and experienced some weekend lane closures.
That's probably the most public work that we're doing. So much of what we're doing is actually hidden inside of the box and can't be seen.
Inside the bridge, DOT has put in new cables, and on the outside, they are working on sealing the surface to waterproof it.
Taking on a big project like this has its challenges, for sure.
Two big challenges for crews have been the weather and the fact that this is the only bridge of its kind in South Carolina.
It's presented a real learning opportunity for us.
For crews to work, the weather needs to be dry and not too cold. If all goes to plan, DOT hopes to be finished with the project's scope of work by the end of March.
Things are going well.
And Turner said he hopes all lanes on the Wando Bridge will be back open by mid to late February. Reporting for Live 5 News, I'm Abby O'Brien.
So a lane will be closed this weekend on the westbound side of the bridge, but that depends on the weather.
Don't forget, you can let Abby know what's driving you crazy out there on the low country roads by going to live5news.com and clicking on the traffic tab.
Several big projects almost at the finish line in West Ashley, including a school. And that means more cars on the roads. And some parents worry the traffic is going to get even worse. Traffic reporter Abby O'Brien looks into what changes you could see.
On most school days, morning traffic looks like this on Glen McConnell Parkway.
Traffic is just part of our lives down here.
But in the next several months, more cars are expected to join this early morning crawl.
West Ashley traffic in the morning is somewhat of a nightmare.
A new county library is set to open this spring. The brand new C.E. Williams Middle School should open this fall. And the West Ashley Center for Advanced Studies is expected to open next year. All are being built in this complex off Glen McConnell Parkway. PTA president and mother of two, Meredith Repick, makes this drive every day, and she's worried about how these changes will impact traffic.
One of the questions that continues to come up is about traffic and about how the flow of this many people in and out of one location is going to affect just the residents of West Ashley to get all together.
Earlier this year, the school district decided that all West Ashley Middle School students would go to the new C.E. Williams School. That could mean 1,200 students plus parents dropping them off and school buses out on Glen McConnell Parkway that weren't there before.
I think the biggest concern that we have is the number of cars getting on and off of Wildcat Boulevard.
Data from the South Carolina Department of Transportation shows traffic has increased on Glen McConnell Parkway in this spot from about 33,000 cars a day in 2015 to more than 40,000 cars a day in 2019. I asked spokesman for the Charleston County School District, Andy Pruitt, how the district plans to address these concerns. He said a traffic study was done in 2016.
They tried to simulate what it would look like when everything opened in 2020. They also compared that to if the C.E. Williams wasn't built, and they tried to look at some of the recommendations that could be made to help alleviate the traffic as best as possible.
One change is the connection of Sanders Road to Bees Ferry Road, so there is a second entrance to the complex.
But Sanders Road is a 2-lane road through a neighborhood that is not going to be able to handle the excess volume.
The study also suggests adjusting traffic signal timing to help move cars more efficiently, adding another signal at Bees Ferry Road and Sanders Road, and sidewalks.
I think that shows you that this was something that was planned.
Repick says she's hopeful the school district will carefully choose the school's start times.
I think that the school district is being flexible, so if it doesn't work, they are willing to make adjustments.
And we will be tracking how this looks in the fall. Reporting in Charleston, Abby O'Brien, Live 5 News.
And you can see a full list of suggestions in that traffic study by going to live5news.com. We also asked the State Department of Transportation and the City of Charleston if any of those suggestions will be put into place. A spokesperson with Charleston wrote, quote, "The SC Department of Transportation is currently working on signal improvements to intersections on the Glen McConnell Parkway. The city will be retiming lights for maximum efficiency in conjunction with those improvements." Live 5 News investigates after some of you wrote in asking why there aren't any school zone signs on College Park Road.
Good question. Traffic reporter Abby O'Brien tells us why some say the road is extremely dangerous and how the school district is responding.
If you spend just a few minutes on College Park Road,
between 7 and 9 o'clock in the morning,
you will see dozens of kids crossing the road and walking along the sidewalk near College Park Middle School. You will see signs for a bike lane and a speed limit sign reading 45 miles per hour.
people speed all the time.
But you won't see any signs designating a school zone.
It's dangerous, it's scary, and it's frustrating.
Janet Ryan has lived near the school for 40 years.
I reach out to you because the volume of traffic in this area and the concern about the school children crossing the road, getting to school, and there's no school speed zone anywhere on College Park Road.
These signs are on side streets by the school, but you can't see them when you're driving on College Park Road.
The people need to be aware that there's schools in this area. They need to slow down.
A spokesperson with the Department of Transportation told me they are not required to put school zone signs on College Park Road because the driveway to the school technically sits off of Trinity Place. But the address to the school is College Park Road, and kids cross it every day to get to school.
The housing has increased, the traffic has increased. They've made this now a 5-lane road. The kids trying to walk to school, trying to cross this road, it's very dangerous.
Ryan says she's reached out to the DOT, the school district, and the school itself.
And nothing has been done.
When I reached out to the district, I was told the safety and security coordinator has been in contact with DOT regarding different needs of schools this year. Ryan hopes something is done soon.
I know of at least 2 kids that have been hit just crossing the road
Before another person is hurt. Reporting in Berkeley County, Abby O'Brien, Live 5 News.
Now, the school district told Abby the safety and security coordinator is working with the Department of Transportation to see if an assessment has ever been done in the area. Once we get more information, of course, we'll share it with you.